Tabby.
And I'm Caitlin, and today we are going to be sharing our fan casts for It Ends With Us, the movie. We just read this book, so it's fresh in our mind. We did not like the book, but we tried our hardest for the fan casting.
But you know what I do think? I do think I can cast this better than they ever could.
Yeah, and it's like because the bar has been set so low for us already, I am not in the least bit self-conscious about what I'm about to say.
Like I could choose anybody and it would be better than what is currently
Danny
being
DeVito.
casted. Danny DeVito is Lily Bloom's father, and it's like that makes more sense,
Ooh.
right?
Ooh, I didn't cast Mr. Bloom, but
I didn't
it could
either.
be any grumpy old man. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and start. So, Lily. For Lily Bloom, I have cast Madeline Klein, who, for those of you who are listening, she's in Outer Banks and she's in the movie The Glass Onion, which is like really, it's a funny movie. I have not
It's
watched
super
Outer
funny.
Banks, but she
I
kind of
haven't
gives me
either.
that like carefree, like type of look, you know? So I'm
Mhm.
just like, put some red hair dye on this girl, and you got yourself Lily. Like, I think she would be obviously very pretty, but she would be like very soft. She wouldn't be like
Yeah.
super like sharp lines or anything.
She was so funny in Glass Onion too.
She's hilarious. Also, I've heard good things about Outer Banks, and I think we should watch it.
Okay.
So for Ryle Kincaid, hear me out.
Oh.
Dylan O'Brien. And what really sold me on this, of course, everyone knows Dylan from Teen Wolf, but what really sold me on this was his performance in the All Too Well short film because he plays a manipulative asshole so well in that music video. But
I'm
also
about to blow your fucking mind with mine then.
he's so hot. Oh, okay. I'm excited. And I know Ryle would be hot. Of course, we hate him. We hate everything he stands for, but he would be good looking
I
while
hate to see him in
more.
roles like that though, because he's such a kind person.
I know, but I think he would do the role justice
Oh
in that
no.
he would just do a good job.
I love the All Too Well video.
Oh my God, it's so good. For Atlas, I've never actually seen this man act, but I have chosen Darren Barnett, who is apparently
Okay.
like the heartthrob in, I think it's a movie, Never Have I Ever. It could be a show. I've never seen it. It's kind of like
Hmm.
a
He's
teen romance.
cute.
But yeah, like he's cute. He's giving like kind of like your parents would look at him and think he's a bad boy, but he's not. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he looks like soft bad boy, and I think that's what Atlas would look like. Now, again, it's kind of like hard with like the ages. I think this man's like 28, and so
I
like
did
that.
put ages on mine
Oh yeah.
to get a good idea.
And Dylan O'Brien, I think he's in like his early 30s, like 30,
Yeah.
which would make sense if you're like finishing up your residency as a neurosurgeon as well.
Yeah, Ryle's 31 or 32.
And then gosh, Madeline Klein, I think she's like 25 or 26. I think she's
Oh,
like
so that'd
close
be
by.
perfect.
Yeah. So yeah, that's who I chose for Atlas. For Alyssa, I've chosen Lily Collins.
I love Lily Collins.
I love her too. So she is, I would say, most well known for Emily in Paris. She's also the daughter of Phil Collins, subtle flex.
I
Um,
love Phil.
the
Oh,
reason why I like in my heart of hearts, I wanted her to play Alyssa is because of the eyebrows. For some
mm-hmm.
reason, when I was picturing Alyssa, I was like, she would have like the most impeccable eyebrows. This woman just would not have a single like eyebrow hair out of place.
And
And
Lily Blue
Lily
or Lily
Collins,
Blue. Lily Collins has such a like classic beauty too.
yeah.
Like she is just like elegant. She's like giving Audrey Hepburn, like
I think she
she'd be
plays Audrey
perfect.
Hepburn even. But like she is meant to be like rich. Like this face is meant to be rich, and Alyssa turns out to be rich. So,
She's filthy rich and she's not afraid to tell you.
and she's not afraid to
She
tell you.
actually
She's got
has
people for that.
someone for that.
Yeah, she has someone for telling people how awesome she is. For Marshall, I chose Andrew Garfield because okay,
I do too.
too. Okay, let's see if our reasoning is kind of the same because I feel like Marshall he would be a good-looking guy. He would be fun to hang out with, but he would also just be like a little bit nerdy. Like
Yes.
he developed apps for God's sake. Like that's how he got all his money.
Oh
And
my God.
if you live under a rock and don't know who Andrew Garfield is, he's in Spider-Man No Way Home and Tick Tick Boom. He is the moment. He's an icon and
He's so hot.
he's so hot, but he's also got a nerdy quality to his hotness.
That is so funny.
Lastly, for Mrs. Bloom, I've cast Susanna Thompson, who is just the most beautiful lady. She is in most recently Malignant, which is a horror movie. And then she also played the mom in Arrow, something Queen.
Oh, Oliver Queen.
Yeah, Oliver Queen. She played Oliver Queen's mom in Arrow. But she just looks very elegant. She looks very chuggy in the best way. Like she's definitely got a live, laugh, love sign on her wall and would be married to an abusive mayor and keep her mouth shut about it. That's this lady.
I love it.
Yeah. So that concludes my fan cast.
So I had the exact same ones. I did do young Lily and young Atlas for mine.
Ooh, okay.
So for my Lily Bloom, I did Abigail Cohen. So she's 25, which is just right where Lily is. So she is most famous for the Winx Club, The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, and Stranger Things.
She plays
And
Dorcas.
she's gorgeous. Yes. And she's gorgeous.
She is.
Like I feel like she could definitely play have the comedic timing that Lily has while also being able to play that very serious character. And also that's exactly how I imagine Lily to look like in my head.
Yeah, no, you're right. 'Cause she's also got that very soft and ethereal quality to her beauty.
And then for young Lily, I chose Sadie Sink.
Cute.
So Sadie Sink is 21. However, I do feel like she could play a teenager. Because she does in Stranger Things. So she is most famous for Max in Stranger Things, The Whale, and then I chose her because of Taylor Swift's All Too Well. Because not only does she fall in love, obviously, with an older man, but she also plays kind of an abused teenager in Stranger Things too. And I was like, yeah, that tracks.
Oh my God, that's so smart.
So for Atlas, I chose Daniel Sharman.
He's so cute.
He is so cute. So he's from Teen Wolf as well. And he plays Isaac, and I love him. And then he was also in Medici. But he has just that dark hair, the very piercing blue eyes. I feel like he kind of has just those softer qualities that Atlas had. So I think he would be perfect for that. And then young Atlas, I did Louis Partridge. So I've only seen him in one movie. He was in Enola Holmes 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And he does such a good job in that. And I think he would play a super, super good young Atlas. He kind of has more of those severe features. And I feel like for what they need from that character, since he was, kind of on the scrawnier side and I feel like he would kind of fit that.
That's fair. I didn't even think about casting the teenage versions of them.
So for Ryle, I chose Matthew Daddario.
He's so hot.
He is so hot. Oh, I love him. So he is the younger brother of Alexandra Daddario. He was in Shadowhunters, and I fucking loved him in Shadowhunters. He was also movies like Cabin Fever. Those siblings are just they're not of this world.
No,
they're fae.
They're gods and goddesses among us.
Yeah. So he's 35, which is around, kind of what Ryle would be. But I just feel like he can probably play very sweet and loving, but also douchebag. Amazing.
Yeah, I'm looking at him and it's it could go either way.
So I almost chose his sister.
That would have been
Alyssa,
so perfect.
And it would have been really good. However, I did not. I chose Marie Avgeropoulos. So she was in The 100, and she was fucking killer in The 100.
I love that show.
She was also in 50/50 and Tracers. So she's 36. However, she like just looks young.
She
Like
does.
she looks like she is like very early 30s. And she also just has like that classic beauty that I feel could fit really well into Alyssa's character.
And also has amazing eyebrows.
Amazing eyebrows. Marshall, I also chose Andrew Garfield from The Amazing Spider-Man, Social Network, Tick Tick Boom. Like Caitlin said, he does just give very nerdy, but also like just very confident in himself.
Yeah.
I could see this man wearing a onesie.
Oh, absolutely. And shamelessly at that.
Shamelessly. Andrew Garfield, we love you. Mrs. Bloom, I chose Julianne Moore. She's been in so many movies, like The Kids Are Alright, Boogie Nights. But like I had a hard time casting this one because like I think Mrs. Bloom at first is supposed to be very meek and like timid, and then later on in the book starts to like kind of find herself. She, is a little more confident. However, throughout the entire time, I think she was always just very put together. Like she looked very classy, and like that's how I see Julianne Moore.
Yeah. And she's so like she would of course be beautiful too because
Yeah.
Lily and her mom both are beautiful and they look like each other. They have
Yeah,
identical mouths.
which is gross.
I thought that was it was something that made me laugh though, like that little part of the book.
His
But
one
yeah, you
charming
did such a
moment.
good job.
Thanks. But yeah, I felt really good about that cast.
Yeah. And like I said, so easy to do a better job than what we got in real life. So I feel like you can't tell us that we're wrong.
And it's like if they literally had taken 3 seconds to Google like I had, like we probably could have ended up with something better.
Yeah, like you could have emailed these people's agents and you would have had something much better than what you ended up with.
I still think it's just so fucking funny that Justin Baldoni is writing, producing, and directing this film and also is starring as the main male character.
It's kind of embarrassing.
It's a one-man show.
And like, why is he so obsessed with this story specifically?
This is the hill you're gonna die on.
He's like, I want to breathe life into this story and be at the center of it.
I hope he cuts his hair.
Yeah, I don't picture Ryle as having long hair. Just because, I mean, like, I think
He
he would
has
be
the
a lot
same
more.
hair that Raphael does in Jane the Virgin.
Yeah, he would be like very clean cut. Because, like, also, I mean, if you're a surgeon, you probably want to have the least amount of hair possible anyway, like
Sure.
just from when you scrub in. But
Right.
I also just think he would look very like clean cut,
Yeah, he's
like fashion
very put
wise.
together. Justin Baldoni is in his hermit era right now,
Yeah,
so just
and
let him
it's so
be.
cute, but it's not like it's not Ryle.
It's like not only are you Ryle, but you also don't look like him.
Yeah, it's interesting like how involved he is in the production of that movie. And also interesting choice with Blake Lively because I feel, of course, she is also a goddess on this
Oh
earth. She
yeah.
is gorgeous, but she's always looked mature for her age. Like she just has
Yes.
one of those faces.
Even in Gossip Girl.
Yeah, like she just looked very mature and older than she was just because of, her features. She's just got her face isn't soft. It's angular.
Striking.
And yes, she's so striking and gorgeous. So I just think it's interesting that they're like, yes, we need her to play a woman in
Soft
her early 20s.
and
I don't
like
understand.
sweet.
It
It's
doesn't
just
make
not
sense to
it.
me, but
I hope
maybe
she
that's
does well. I
someone.
really do. Like I wish them
Oh,
success.
she will perform it. She'll perform it so well, but whether or not we can suspend our disbelief enough to think that she's 25 is kind of it's something that's not in her
I
control.
mean, that is pushing it.
And the way that they've styled her hair, because of course they dyed it because Lily has red hair, it looks dull.
It looks like box dyed red hair with like the fucking like most like Gen Z looking outfits possible.
Yeah.
Like
And it's like she just kind of like braided her hair when it was wet and went to sleep. Like it's
it's
not
like
beach waves.
they looked at Pinterest and they were like, what are young people doing?
What are
Okay,
the
and we're gonna
kids these days wearing I know. It's socks, patterned socks that go halfway up your calves and loafers. And
With like a fucking Carhartt shirt tied in a knot over a burlap dress.
yeah. Oh, I missed that outfit. I saw like a
It's
green
rough.
dress with like
It's
loafers.
gross.
Anyway, they really just need to touch grass or like ask someone from this generation to help with the costumes.
It's like everyone there is like over the age of 40.
That's
It really
exactly what's going
shows.
on. And
Colleen
it's
Hoover's like,
fine.
don't worry, I know what the youth's like.
It's fine if that's, I mean, she literally wrote the story. If she wanted them to be that age, why didn't she just write them older? I don't get it.
That's my thing. It's like, girl, you literally casted this yourself.
Yeah. So,
Like
like,
you had every say in this, and like you chose this, and you
yeah,
knew exactly in your head who these people are.
it's like, okay, in that case, you should have written the book like everyone was in their 30s if that's what you wanted.
It
That's
is the
weird.
wildest thing. Anyway,
We may or may not watch it. If we do, we will update you about our thoughts and feelings on the movie. And hopefully, we have some good things to say.
but that wraps up our mini-sode for fan casting of It Ends With Us. Next week, we are actually not going to be here. We'll be on vacation in the mountains.
We will be busy. But the week after that, we're coming back with a mini-sode where we're doing a little book check. We're checking in on our Goodreads challenge for the year. We're going to talk about books that we enjoyed, books that we didn't enjoy, and like some books that we're looking forward to reading. After that, we are actually going to be back with a full-length episode reading Happy Place, which is one of the books that we have been excited to read since
I
last
am
year.
so stoked to read that book.
I like words cannot explain. We love Emily Henry so much. So that I'm just thrilled to be doing that with you guys. So go ahead and get started on that one if you want to like get a jump start on your reading. But other than that, we'll talk to you next time. And as always,
Let's get lit.